Hey, my friends, it's your girl Tisha, popping by with yet another Tisha-ism. Either or both and. Let's talk about it. Do you know that two opposing things can be true at the same time? You can be a wonderful technician at your job and be a horrible manager. You can be a great parent to your youngest child and have been a horrible parent to your oldest one. You can be a great community leader and horrible at leading your own home. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Oftentimes, we are gifted in one area of our lives and have not developed a skill set in another area. And so while my experience with you might be one thing, you're having a different experience in a different environment. Oftentimes we see people who are excellent at their jobs, terrible in their homes. They have children who say, I never see my parent, they ain't got no people skills, but baby, they're running a whole company. We see it with pastors, we see it in ministers, where they are leading a whole congregation, are terrorists at their own house. We see it when we see multiple divorces where, one spouse was horrible to their first spouse, but amazing to their second. It happens. And oftentimes we want to paint people with a brushstroke of either they're good or they're bad. Either they're good to me or they're bad to me. There's some shades of gray. People evolve. We need to be able to hold the space that when people have a skill set in one area, they may not have developed it in another area. And it could have to do with priorities. Oftentimes, people will thrive and flourish in environments where they're getting positive affirmation. So perhaps in one environment, let's say that in the way of a technician, let's say an electrician, they are amazing at being an electrician. But they don't have great people skills. So they're not managing well when they get to be a supervisor. And so what happens is they're failing in that area. And so they go back to going and being a technician. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not making a judgment. I'm saying that people simply choose or they become successful in the areas that they focus. And oftentimes we don't change our focus until we're in an emergency, when something's gone down. A lot of times we do it where we're great at work, but we're horrible taking care of our own health. And we're not even going to pay attention to it until our health breaks down. And then we start to reevaluate whether or not work is that important. I say all that to say, you can have people in your life, you can be that person where you are ultimately successful in one area of your life and a dismal failure in another. Doesn't make you right or wrong. It just means that you have focused your attention in one area of your life and oftentimes have neglected another. And just because you've made a mistake at one point in your life does not mean that you have to stay there forever. You can admit, yeah, I messed that up. I was terrible in that situation. I didn't have that skill set, didn't work out, the timing wasn't right. I had these other distractions going on, but I'm going to go back there. You can be more than one person at different times of your life. And don't let nobody make you seem like you can't change. And just because you are not good at a situation does not mean you're not a good person. You decide for yourself. Weigh in, my friends. Talk to me about an area of your life where you were doing really, really well, but another area was just totally going downhill. Like, share, and comment. Have a great day, everybody. It's your girl popping by with yet another Tisha-ism.